acting is reacting. This does not mean acting again.
Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Joe, or JSB. I'm the man of many names, to be honest. Today on Acting is Reacting, it's New Music Monday, and we're turning to one of my surprise album highlights of the year so far. That is Mountainhead from Everything, Everything, and it looks like that. On the back. It's also got the booklet with all the lyrics, which is nice and green. We're doing a random foreplay, which basically means I'm just going to throw this album on shuffle and listen to the first 4 tracks that come up. We will talk about the band and the album a little bit along the way, but as we'll soon find out, I don't know that much about them. So let's just dive straight into the album and listen to our first track, which will be this one. And this one is probably one of those ways, Buddy Come Over, which is, I'm not going to say that I have, hard to tell which my favourites are, because it's quite early days, but this might be one of them over. Mats. Toilet. These songs are so catchy, I'm probably going to sing more than usual. I still try not to, but might not be able to help it. Who doesn't want to sing about vomit and Elvis sitting dead on a toilet? Anyway? Love these lyrics. Make me a website so I can completely ruin my life. We'll make an oven, then we'll get in. This city, there are the toilets.
It's a golden age. I'm wearing half your face. It's a golden age. I'm wearing half your face. It's the law, a sucker for the law. It's the law, I'm a sucker for the law. It's a golden age. I'm wearing half your face. It's the but for us and the vomit, Elvis sitting dead on the toilet. I still wanna be the best.
And soundscape on this whole album, to be fair. Nearing the end of our first track, we'll just keep straight on into track 2, whatever that might turn out to be. We will find out very shortly. Right about now. This is the album opener, Wild Guess. This is kind of a concept album, but it's one you can listen to the individual tracks without ruining a great narrative story. So we might talk a little bit more about that after this track and the band and the album in general. But meanwhile,
Do you know where I've been? Under the cobblestones there is a beach of mask and veil. The hideous old savagery comes and it knows what I want. This is the most important thing you'll ever buy from us. Do you know why? Oh, take a wild guess. Take a
I guess.
I count the vermin as friends. All of the superstitions lead inevitably here. Our exhausted future is the wine to my cherry lip. Under the compound eye of an enormous high-bomb moth. Where are we now? Oh, take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Do you know what I saw? Nothing but endless fields of bodies swimming in the pit.
There's a lot of great and weird imagery in the lyrics on this album. Do you know what I saw? Nothing but endless fields of bodies swimming in the pit. Okay, we will pause our little random play there and be back with the music very soon. But meantime, all right, this is actually the first album I've ever heard from Everything Everything. It is, though, their seventh that came out on March the 1st this year, but their debut was Man Alive in 2010. But last decade, I wasn't really paying much attention to new music, so I didn't pick up on them at the time. This has been a surprise highlight for me of this year so far. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but in a good way. The band is described as an art rock band, but they kind of synth pop and indie pop descriptions for this album, at least. They are from Manchester and comprised of Jonathan Higgs on lead and backing vocals, and it was him on both of those tracks, but you might possibly have been confused because he switches seamlessly from full voice to falsetto all over the place. We've also got Jeremy Pritchard on bass and vocals, Michael Spearman on drums and percussion, and Alex Robertshaw on keyboard, synths, programming, production, some backing vocals. Yeah, I'd say he and Jonathan Higgs are probably the prime creative forces in the band, but all four are credited with writing every track on the album. Higgs being the lyricist as well. There's a picture of the lads. Again, who is which and which is whom, I've no idea at this point in time because I'm very new to this band. And the packaging opens up beautifully like that, and you have a mountain on the other side. You know, this is better packaging than you get on a lot of modern releases. So if you're a physical kind of product person like me, then pick it up. Yeah. So interesting band. I'm enjoying them immensely. Let's listen to our third and fourth random tracks from this album. Starting with this one. City Song. We're leaping towards the other end of the album. This is track 13 of 14 on this album. So penultimate track. Yeah, there are 14 tracks and it runs just under an hour, so it's a little bit longer than what I've been becoming used to again with album lengths these days, but it does not overstay its welcome.
Airplane fell, came right through my ceiling. American cheese on blackened telephone. I called up the office, said I'm not coming in. They didn't know my name. I didn't know my name. Oh, please, cast lights over me.
I'm on backing vocals now.
City light. Oh, please, cast lights endlessly. This is
I might stop doing that, we'll see.
But the money came in. My creature of habit. The center is missing. I feel like an ambulance. Oh, you are a woman, and I am a man. We live in the city, and we do what we got. Oh, please, cast light over me. Yeah, this is the city light. Oh, please, cast lights endlessly. Oh, this is the city light.
This is
How can you lie?
one of, if not the longest tracks on the album.
If you
Just under 6 minutes.
told the joke, oh please, how hard can this be? Under the city light, oh please, cast
giving this track a bit more room to breathe than they do some of the others, which are comprised of what you might call nice, concise songwriting for the most part. But yeah, another good one, and it means we only have time for one more. I mean, this has still got about 30 seconds to go, but then we'll be into our final track of today's Random Foreplay. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. I certainly have. And that's the main thing. I do care about you, but I care about me more. Alright. Edging nearer and nearer to our last track of the day, which will be Mad Stone, which was, I think, the second single after Cold Reactor. And unfortunately Cold Reactor didn't come up, because if it had, I would have had to take my top off and be shivered, because that would have been hilarious. What a shame. Now, this has some amazing vocal runs on it, which I may attempt.
At the peak of Choice Mountain, you've been saving up. Are you really this old? I can make it a business. Come with me to the Mad Stone.
All night, never get free. This is not the hard bit. This is coming up. I'll let him do the first one. You can hear what I mean. Here we go.
At the very top there was a screen that showed a picture of a man. Instead they're looking at a picture of a man. Instead they're looking at a picture of a man on the screen. And he was looking at another picture of a man. Instead they're looking at a picture of a man. Instead they're looking at a picture of a man who was the double of me.
Yeah. I'm going to try that. That'll come up again. I'll give it a go. Maybe.
I got wild in the aisle, son. Let me tell you that. Did you set me aflame? I can sell you a fire hose, put out all of it now. Do you think it's all true? Nothing quite so romantic. There's no oxygen. I'm a Mountainhead too.
Title of the album there.
A religion. Come with me to the Mad Stone. Above you. The Mad Stone. Let it control you.
No, it's just too hard, isn't it? How does he do it? He was looking at another picture of a man, and looking at a picture of a man, instead of looking at a picture of a man who was the double of me. Almost.
Strange winds are blowing on this mortal plane. You get no pleasure from your pleasure center in your reptile brain. The Mad Stone is singing. Can you say the same? You get no pleasure from your pleasure center in your reptile brain. This is the Mad Stone. Above you. The Mad Stone. Let it control you.
One more time. All his. Right. That's a frenetic little one, isn't it? That's the end of it. We will play what we could have won and listen to the first 10 seconds of track 5 in case it had been track 1. This is The Witness, which is the actual album closer, which we just missed earlier with City Song. That's all we're going to hear from that. If we had heard The Witness first, that would have been followed with The End of the Contender, which is the third single that they released, Enter the Mirror, which is very cool, and TV Dog, which is a little a short one, 2 minute song. But this whole album, and oh look, Cold Reactor was right down at the very end, so we were never going to get near that because the universe knew I was planning something stupid if it did. So good on you, universe. All right, well that was today's random foreplay with everything, and the Mountainhead album. I mentioned it was a concept album. It's something to do with a civilization deciding to build a mountain, and um, it's difficult, and people at the bottom are, it's a metaphor for how we exist in this world, really. But yeah, so you can quite happily listen to this from top to bottom without knowing anything about that, because the songs tell a story. But even if you're not paying attention to that, the lyrics and the melodies are super catchy, and you can just damn fun for the most part. But with a lot of serious thought behind it as well, which is a great combination. But as I say, I've not heard any other Everything albums. So if you're an Everything fan, and you might be if you've bothered to click on this strange little video and see this weird guy who doesn't know much about your favourite band, what else do I need to listen to from them? Probably, you'll see what I'm doing. I'm telegraphing this, aren't I? I probably need to listen to Everything. Yeah. Aside from that, it's a terrible name for the modern age. Okay, it's not quite as bad as the old names like the band and the worst name ever for a band in terms of searching for it online. But it's down there. But yeah, I'm keen to hear more from this band, and I'm sorry I missed the tour. I'll have to catch the next time around. Didn't pick up on this in time to realise that was happening. How I picked up on this in the first place is because live streams on reaction to the classics, which is a fine YouTube channel that you should all subscribe to as well. I'll drop a link below. Somebody brought something, possibly 2 tracks, from this album on one of the live streams, and I thought, I'll have a listen to that. And then I did, and I liked it, and then I bought it, and then I had more listens to it, including what we've done today, which of course was only 4 tracks, because that's all we had time for. And those were Buddy Come Over, Wild Guess, the opener, City Song, and finally the Mad Stone. All good stuff, and I hope you really enjoyed it, because I sure as hecky did. But if you'd like to see me reacting or listening to other great music from 2024 that I really like, head over, not that way, probably this way. That way, there's something else that YouTube thinks you would like, because YouTube gets into your brain and just knows you best. So, like to see you on one of those very soon. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Bye for now.